Gutterball frame 120 coming hot at you. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. You want to get on Gutterball? The best way to get a hold of us is Instagram DM or the business Gmail. All that can be found in the link in the description below. Take a peek, get on Gutterball. You want to hear want to hear from the people, the voices. Paul, what's up? What's new? What's going on in your world?
Not a whole lot. Doing well. Just got back from a 4-day trip to Nashville. I had worked 1 day this week, which was today, so it was really just a lot of catching up on emails, tying up tech support tickets, and doing a few implementation things. Nothing nuts, but we'll go into Nashville and kind of why I was there later in the cast. But decent week so far. Just really tired, and this was one of the longer trips I've had in a while, and it just sucks getting back because it's like not only do you have to catch up on work, but you have to catch up on house stuff too. And it's just like responsibilities. It's like I can only imagine what that's like traveling and then also having a kid in the mix. It's like crazy.
Mm.
But no, doing pretty good. How about yourself, Ruby?
You kind of scared me there when you went responsibilities. That got me because I thought about it and just put everyone in a sour mood because everyone's thinking about responsibilities. I'm like, now I have to go do this, this, and that. Paul, I'm doing awful. I'm fucking sick again. I was 2 weeks ago. I was the
You
same
sound a little
sickness.
under the weather.
Yeah, sore throat, headache, fucking snot, purple. It's pink. It's all sorts of colors. Nosebleeds. I think I have AIDS. Like I'm just like at the point where I need to get tested for AIDS because it's probably I have AIDS. Is what it is. Get the HIV.
You
The
should
vagina
probably go
AIDS,
get a test if that's what you think it is.
not the gay AIDS, the vagina AIDS. Fall, big difference there. I got the straight AIDS. No, but
I
got
don't
sick.
think, is that how does AIDS present itself? I guess I've never thought of that. What are the symptoms of AIDS? Aren't they like,
You start turning into Tom Hanks or Michael Johns? You start turning black.
Oh,
I did something to Michael John or Magic
no,
Johnson.
no, no, hold on
Sure.
here. I never thought about this. What are, like, okay, that obviously doesn't present itself immediately, right? Doesn't it lie dormant for a very long time before you even know you have it?
Why would I know? Don't ask me about AIDS.
I don't know. I just thought maybe you would know the answer.
Get a load of this fucking guy. No, I'm gonna take a cough drop here so you can get some ASMR. Suck into ASMR there.
I don't want, no, don't do that.
No, I won't.
Our viewers would hate it.
I
Our
think you get
10
scores.
viewers.
Our 10 viewers would hate it. A couple would. At least one would like it. You get sores over your body, cough, sore throat. It pretty much is like every if you look up any STD symptom, they're all kind of the same. Sore throat, headache, spots in your dick. If you have any of those, probably you have AIDS. And it's like really you just gotta ask yourself, did you fuck someone recently that probably had AIDS? And if the answer is yes, you probably have AIDS.
Hmm.
You ever think about it? I think it's
No, I've not
HIV.
ever thought about it.
Good. Then you don't have AIDS. You're good. No, I don't know. I think it just
They
keeps
say
getting
as soon as
COVID.
you think about it, you get AIDS.
Yeah, I'm really starting to think I have a sinus infection at this point.
Remember, I had one though. Do you remember that? That last time I was really sick and it was consecutive.
Mhm,
I started taking those allergens my doctor gave me,
mhm,
or like allergy medicine stuff, and the nasal spray. And
mhm.
then after like a couple weeks, I haven't been sick since. Knock on wood. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I might need to go to the doctor if I get sick one more time within next week. But I'm not gonna lie. What is it? 5:37? Yeah, like 2 p.m. I was puking up my guts for
you
like
do
a
still look kind
solid
of
10
pale.
minutes. Yeah, no, I'm sick. I'm
Are you
quite
feverish?
No, you know what it is? I'm gonna be real with you. It's these bad boys. So, zinc tablets. I recommended them before when you're sick. Take them. They're really great. Don't take them on an empty stomach. Do not suck on them like a lozenge. You just place them on your tongue and let it sit
Why?
there.
Why
Because
did
if
you say that? Did you do that?
I sucked on it like a lozenge, which I know not to do, and I took it on empty stomach, and immediately after I was done with
You
it, I
vomited.
threw up all over
Nauseous.
the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do
That's
not do
weird.
what I do.
Usually
Mhm.
opiates do that. That's like the exact same thing that will happen with opiates if you take it on an empty stomach.
No, well, these say do not take on an empty stomach. It will make you sick. And I never do. And you know what I thought this morning, Paul, when I took it? I said, nah, I'm all right. I'll be all right. Nothing in my stomach for like, 10 hours.
Yeah.
And then I sucked on it. Why did I do that? Because usually I put these on my tongue and they'll sit on your tongue for 30 minutes. That's how you're supposed to do it. It's just to let it
Oh,
sit there. It was gone in like 10. And as soon as I swallowed it, I'm like, yep, I'm going to throw up. And I was on the toilet for 20 minutes. Felt a lot better. Don't feel great,
that's
but I'm
good.
feeling good. So
Well,
recommend take these.
Did I ever
Uh,
tell you about my story with opiates and the cranberry juice and stuff when I had kidney stones? Did I tell you about the story?
no, what's up with that? What happened?
Okay,
Don't tell.
so
Wait, go on. Do not go into detail about the kidney stones. We know what they are, and you'll
yeah,
throw.
yeah, I'm not gonna go into detail on that because we talked about that on this show. But when I had kidney stones, remember I was out of work. I literally like quit my job because it took so long to pass
Oh
them
yeah,
before I got surgery.
Jesus.
But Bailey
Jesus.
Henderson, this was at the time Bailey Henderson and I were hanging out again a lot, which he's a good guy. He just, different he has a different life than me, and I feel like now if we hung out, it just like really wouldn't like mix.
Hmm.
Um but no, I'll always cherish like the memories I had growing up with him. But he wanted to hang out. He really wanted to hang out. He was bored. He was trying to get me to come out and do stuff. I'm like, dude, I'm literally in severe pain. And when I'm not in severe pain, I'm on pills and can barely function. And he
Hmm.
goes, oh, it's all right. Like, I'll come over. I'll just drive you around in your car. And that's when I had the Tiburon. So I'm like, okay. He drives me. We're driving around town. We go to Park. We literally go to all the way to the end of Park Point, where like the freaking little like airplane thing is. Where you can take like helicopter tours at the end.
Hmm.
We're parked
Yeah.
in that driveway at the end of Park Point, and there's a cop in an SUV sitting 4 parking spaces down. There's no cars in between us. And he's just like, our car's there and we're sitting in it running, just hanging out till we figure out what to do.
Hmm.
Before I had left with Bailey, I had eaten nothing that day except I popped 2 of my pain pills and drank a crap ton of cranberry juice because it has a bunch of antioxidants in it. And it's supposed
Yeah.
to like help your
Yeah.
kidney and help you pass stones. Well, I'm in the car and I'm like, Bailey, I fucking made a mistake, man. He's like, why? What's wrong with you? I'm like, dude, I feel like I'm gonna vomit. I'm so sick. I didn't eat anything and I ate these pain pills and I have the bottle and it clearly says like, do not take it on an empty stomach. I'm like, fuck, dude, I fucked up.
Mhm.
I'm gonna yak. And he's like, don't throw up in your own car. So I open the door and just vomit all red, like all dark red, because it's all
Mhm.
cranberry juice. Just empty my
Mhm.
stomach, like projectile all over my car door, the ground, everywhere. The cop immediately gets out of his car. Oh my God, are you throwing up blood? Are you okay? Like starts coming towards us. And I'm
Pulls
like,
out his
look,
fucking gun.
no, yeah, he fucking draws. Give him a fucking grit. No, I'm like, no. And he's like, oh my God, are you all right? Like, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm fine. I took these pills. They're prescribed to me. I took them on an empty stomach. This is just cranberry juice. But I thought Bailey was laughing so fucking hard.
That is the last thing you say when you're throwing up in front of a cop. It's okay. I just took these pills. I'm all right.
No,
For
it
your
wasn't
moment,
exactly that. It wasn't exactly that, but he didn't really inquire much. Once he saw that I was fine after I was vomiting, the pills were in my name. He didn't even grab my ID or ask me my name really or anything. He just wanted to make sure I was fine. I just had to, I wasn't going to be able to stop throwing up. I just had to get it all out of my, out of my stomach. But that was the last time that I had ever, will do that. Like I'll really actually like, even with like, if I take an ibuprofen every now and again, I freaking, even I just make sure it's not on an empty stomach. Cause I just don't trust taking any medicine on an empty stomach now. I just like, you might as well have a little food in there. Unless it specifically tells you not to take it on an empty stomach, which I've had medicine like that before. So
That sounds like an awful medicine. I don't want to take that. Give me the one with the full stomach. Is that an option? Let me get the full stomach one, so I have an excuse. It's like taking a lock and load. I have an excuse to eat now because you're supposed to. It tells me to. Um, no, get sick, man. I'm kind of sick of it. I'm get sick
you're
of getting
sick.
sick,
You're
Paul.
sick of getting
I'm
sick.
over it. You like that? You like that double entendre there, Paul? But we gotta knock it out real quick. Song of the week. Anything popping, Paul? Any vibes this week? No vibes? I got some vibes.
Um,
I'll pick your vibe for you.
Honestly, not really. I've
Okay.
I was in Nashville, for the week, and it was just all country music there, and I didn't really listen to my own music, so I haven't really been listening to much music lately, honestly.
All
Other than
right.
that
Well,
Suicide Boys, Travis Barker stuff, because I'm like way behind.
yeah, fucking it came out in 2018,
How
Paul.
about you
You're
fuck off, all right?
listen to the new stuff is doing good. Anyway, big news in metal, Paul. Big news. We'll just knock this out real quick. Marilyn Manson came out with a new single, his third single since he is back in the limelight, Sacrilegious. Pretty good. Kind of like older Marilyn Manson sounds just like Hollywood did when it came out 2001. We've seen some live videos of his performances, really good. He sounds really good. He's all up in there dressed like in Marilyn Manson style, like BDSM leather and shit, and like looks like the band is good and everything. It looks fun. I want to go see Marilyn Manson. And he announced his new album coming out. should be out in like a year or something. I don't know, maybe sooner. So that's cool. Big news.
Nice.
The Black Dahlia Murder dropped Servitude on the 27th here. The Black Dahlia Murder, their first comeback album since Trevor Strnad's passing in 2018.
Mhm.
We weren't sure if the band was going to come back, and this one's featuring Brian Eschbach on vocals, and then Ryan Knight on guitar, as well as Brandon Ellis and Alan Cassidy on drums. And then I can't remember the bassist's name. I'm really blanking on his name, but yeah, the albums came out, Paul. It's good. It's not the greatest from Black Dahlia. You know, we're not going to have the same vocals or the same lyrics that Trevor's going to bring to the band, but Brian did a really wonderful
Yeah.
job. I noticed a lot of people
You
complaining
might
on
wanna
Spotify.
wipe your nose, buddy.
Am I dripping?
You're dripping just a little bit.
Is
It's
it
okay.
noticeable? Ugh,
It was
God.
for a second, but I'm letting you know. You know, you're just
You
gonna
are
have to
letting
wipe
me
it every
know.
once in a while. I'm not gonna let you hang. What if I sat here and just had nothing but chives all in my teeth, like the Cleveland show, and you just let me sit here with chives in my teeth?
I'm sick, okay? I'm
I
so
know,
sick.
I get it. Remember,
Yeah.
like, he's like, Cleveland, what did you eat? What's in your teeth? Chives. Like, he ate just nothing but chives.
That's how? Why would you do that? That sounds disgusting. Anyway, album's good. There's a bit of rough mix. It's very, very distorted on Spotify and YouTube as well. People are saying the vinyl, like 180 rip of it. It's like the only way to listen to it. And I agree. It's fucking a mess, honestly, to be honest with you. Between the bass and the guitars and the vocals. I don't know who mixed this shit, but it does not sound great on Spotify. I'm gonna be real with you. Still like the album and the lyrics, but some of the songs are really, really hard to get like the classic Black Dahlia riff because it sounds so tuned down between the bass and the vocals and the drums. It's a huge issue on the album.
Huh.
But yeah, really, it's still good. You know, they're gonna play some of it. I'm gonna go see them on Sunday, so that's gonna be really fun. I'm just trying to get over the sickness. If I'm as sick as I am right now, I might just not go to the fucking show. To be honest with you, I'm gonna be an asshole and get other people sick. But I feel like shit right now.
I think you'll be better by then, honestly, because that's
Yeah,
next weekend, right?
yeah. And then I got Suicide Boys after that. So that's all I got. I know I
Are you
rambled a little bit,
It's
but
okay. Are you skipping emo prom then tomorrow?
no, I'm going to emo prom. Yeah, actually, speaking of which, I haven't given.
Gonna get
'cause
everybody sick?
I've been super sick. If I'm sick tomorrow, I won't go. But I made this for D because she said she wants someone to invite her to
Oh,
prom
that's
and
very
that.
nice.
Yeah, it's something little quick and easy that I made. I'm gonna give that to her tonight. I've been meaning to do it, but I've been so sick that I just haven't had a chance, and I've been with her the last like 3 days, so I haven't even been home to get it and surprise her. But yeah, I'm going to emo prom. If I'm sick though, again like this tomorrow, I'm not going to fucking emo prom. I'll
Yeah, you
still
come
give
watch
her
the fights.
the get you sick?
No, you wanna know what's funny is every single person blew me off.
What?
Yeah.
I'll be in. Well, here's the thing.
No,
Paul.
it's not. I shouldn't say blew me off. They just had other plans, which is fine.
Emo prom's at 7 to 10, but it's in Superior. So I'd be so close to you. It's on Tower Ave.
Just come after 10 to catch the main fights because they'll be at like between 10 and mid. Like, you know, if the card starts at 9, so you'll catch you'll at least catch the last 3 fights. It's up to you.
I might do it actually because I forget that we're recording. I'm like I zoned out. I'm like, are we recording? I'm also nauseous and high and drunk. I'm just kidding. No. Yeah, I'll look into it. That'll be fun. We can do something. We can plan something maybe. We'll see. See how I feel. Um, yeah, that's my song of the week. I guess that's it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
all we got, folks. The
Bring
show's
up a
over.
topic because my freaking laptop blue screened again. This thing's such a pile of junk. I think it's just like there's a hardware problem with this fucking laptop. And it does it like it blue screens every once in a blue moon. And I've looked at the B-side and it's usually RAM related, and I've swapped the RAM like 100 goddamn times.
Well, we could talk about how Dave Grohl cheated on his wife and had another kid out of
That's
wedlock.
right. You know,
was
we're
pretty
kind of
cool, wasn't
behind
it?
on that. I forgot about it. Yeah, so yeah, go into that. So it's like Dave Grohl like has an established family, right? Like he's been married for years. He has like what, 4 kids? I think he has like 3 or 4 kids with his wife. And then what? He cheated on his wife and now is having let's see this. I think he has all daughters with his wife, and then he cheated on his wife and now he has a son. Is that what happened?
I think he has another daughter.
What's
I
another
don't
daughter?
know. But he cheated on his wife. Either way, really cool.
What a
Living the
shitbag.
rock star. Hey, he's living the rock star lifestyle. We wish we all could. I think he's that much of a dirtbag as people think he is.
Oh no, I don't think
he's just
here's the
doing
deal.
what one would do. Position.
here's the deal. Like, as much as cheating is horrible and horrendous and I would never do it, it's just like, just because this person is cheated doesn't make them a horrible person. That person made a mistake that definitely shouldn't have happened. I'm just curious as to why he even did it. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know the details of it.
I was just more upset at Slipknot's Corey Taylor calling him out and saying that he was a horrible person and all this shit. Corey, you OD'd in a dumpster at 17. Shut up, all right? You have no place to stand here, you fucking junkie.
No, like I said though,
And you
just
should shout him out
because
for
a
that.
person cheated doesn't make them a terrible person. But do I think his wife should still be with him? No, I think if she was smart, she would fucking divorce him and just still let him see his kids. Like, I think she should.
I think he is. I think he doesn't want to. Maybe he'll get off scot clean and then he sees kids again.
Well, don't get me wrong. If there's a prenup involved, there's a good chance she just forgives him. She won't forgive. I'm sorry, dude.
Probably not a prenup.
Even if they stay together, you're never going to get forgiven for that shit.
My issue is, why are you canceling shows? How is it that big of a deal? I get. Okay, here's the thing. Cheating should only matter to the persons involved and their immediately friends and family. You know what I mean? Like, if someone cheated on me, you should care about it, but no one else should, because it doesn't affect you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't have done it, but who gives a fuck at the end of the day? I don't feel any sorry for him. I don't think any different of him. I still don't think he's a good artist. But I don't like the Foo Fighters. I just don't like I don't like the Foo Fighters. They're okay. They got a couple good. I like the Foo Fighters.
There's some okay songs.
I'll listen to them. I like their pinball machine. Flipped it over every time. Yeah. Yeah. So what are you gonna do, man? Now Foo Fighters is officially broken up. It's done, Paul. No more Foo Fighters.
Because of that?
They're gonna be Foo Fighters. I don't know. Probably. I'm just making shit up. Put that in the title, Paul, of this video. Foo Fighters breaks up. Exclusive. Look. And inside Dave
Grohl was on as a guest. Put Dave Grohl as a guest, but he's not here.
Yeah. Put him next to me, Paul. Can you put him like right here next to me? Maybe he's sitting on the desk with his like legs crossed. I don't know. Dave Grohl behind me.
No. What was I gonna say? Did I tell you? I crashed on my OneWheel and really fucked myself up. Tell you about this?
No, lead with that. You started with that.
So on Sunday afternoon, before I was going to Nashville to fly out Monday, and so on Sunday afternoon, I was like all packed, getting ready, and I had a bunch of time to kill in the evening. I'm like, well, what do I do? And I asked Destiny, I'm like, should I go downstairs and box, because I haven't done that in a few weeks, and now it's been even more weeks. Should I go on my OneWheel? She's like, you know what? You haven't been on your OneWheel in a while, and it's a really nice breezy day. You should go take it out. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. So I put on my shoes, I put my helmet on, thankfully, and I get on my OneWheel, and it has about 70% battery, which I've never let it get below like 40%, but I'm like, it'll be fine. I go on a very nice long ride around Superior. And by long ride, I mean like maybe 20 minutes. And then by the time I'm a block away from home. Now, I periodically check my phone, because your phone Bluetooths to it to see like the battery level on it and whatever, and like notifications from the app. Mm-hmm. I can see my house. I'm a block away. I'm going, I'll tell you how fast I was going, but all of a sudden, it does what people have reported. The board nosedives. Just immediately shuts off. And dude, I didn't even realize what had happened until I had hit the ground. I hit head first, cracked my helmet, scraped it, smashed my shoulder. The whole top of my shoulder shaved off. I have no skin on my shoulder right now.
Oh no.
This was right before my trip. I scraped all the bottom of my elbow off, and I scraped the entire side of my front leg and ruined my new shoes. And I immediately stood up. Looked around to make sure no one saw it.
That's the first thing you do. I was gonna say.
And then I picked up the board and walked inside. I was like, Destiny, I need help. And then she like helped patch me up or whatever, right? But I go back after she patched me up and look at the board. The LED on it was red, and I could hear the motor running on it, but the wheel wasn't moving. It was like making like the noise it would make. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I just shut it off and turned it back on. Then I go look at my phone. It didn't warn me, because so what's supposed to happen on a OneWheel is whenever you push the board past its limits, meaning speed or it's low on battery, it's supposed to give you a haptic feedback buzz. It's supposed to vibrate. And then the fin in the front's supposed to lift up to kind of tell you that like you need to slow down and shut the board off. It didn't do that for me, but it did notify me on the phone, but like after the fact. So I hit the pavement going 11.2 miles an hour. which isn't
You
fast, but
dumb
on a
fuck.
board, it's fast.
No,
That's
it's not even
fast
that
on a board.
fast. You're okay. Did you
Um,
cry?
no.
You
Um,
cried. Let's get Destiny in here and ask her.
you
Exclusive
can
look.
ask her. I didn't cry. I was just more so
Did
kind of
Paul
pissed off.
did
And
Paul cry?
so I go look at the board and it shut off at 20%. So I started researching on the forums, and like the OneWheel forums say you should never let your board get below 50% battery. And
That
I'm
sounds
like,
like a death trap.
and I'm like, what do you mean? And it's like, well, if you speed up, it can cause a voltage drop that the battery can't handle, and it can cause it to shut off and nosedive. And I'm like, well, at that point, wouldn't it warn me? And it didn't. It didn't fucking warn me. And then what's crazy is at the time of the crash, it said that my foot had come off the front pad when it didn't. It's almost like either the sensor failed, the battery failed. And now you could chalk this up as user error, but the way I see it is, as a user, I shouldn't need to worry about my device getting below 50% and it just fucking failing on me. But I wasn't heavily accelerating either at the time. So I don't know. There's no way to know whether it was user error, the board, just fucking up or whatever. Regardless, I fucked myself up. And, I had told Des months before this, I think I'm going to sell the OneWheel because I barely use it. And she's like, no, keep it. I think it's cool. And now she's like, you need to fucking sell that thing.
Yeah. Your
'Cause-
first mistake was buying it in the first place.
No, I think it's a cool thing. It's fun, but, I can't tell you, dude, how painful it was carrying a backpack all weekend for this conference and it just rubbing on I think my shoulder's infected, to be honest with you. It's bad. It's so inflamed. It's terrible. Like, I literally have no skin on the top of my shoulder. It is down to just flesh.
I think it's infected. It smells. It smells rotten. It's
the same people that have taken the same nosedive crash either break their scapula, which is like their shoulder blade, or they bust their collarbone. Thankfully, I didn't break either. But I hit the ground pretty fucking hard.
Paul's at the conference with a white fucking button-up shirt, and he's like, "Why is he bleeding through his shirt?
Yeah.
Don't that guy. What's wrong with that guy over there?"
Dude, my shirt was like chafing on it. Like, it was so painful, even if I had
you didn't put
bandage
gauze on it or
I
anything?
did, but I ran out of gauze. I kept going through it, and I had antibiotic ointment, and I had to fucking ask the hotel staff because I went to a bunch of corner stores in the area, and none of them had first aid. I'm like, what the fuck? And neither did the hotel. The hotel manager had to go out and buy a first aid kit and come back because they didn't have one on site and buy like whatever their standards are supposed to.
Who's the super manager?
Because fuck them. They said, oh, we're supposed to have one. We're out of everything. I'll go buy one right now. The manager left and she came to my room and gave it to me.
You should have just acted all fucked up. Like, too late, lady. Now they got to take my arm off. Oh, you're screaming. You didn't have one. They're chopping your fucking shoulder off. No, you got to get a Tagaderm for like burns. One of those bad boys on there.
Yeah. Well, anyways, it's fine now. I've been cleaning it, and now that I don't have like weight on it, like a backpack rubbing, it's fine.
You just said it might have been infected. Now it's all fine.
I mean, it's still like pulsating sometimes, like a fucking
to talk to you. Does it have a face? Does it say negative?
Yeah, no.
Does it say bad shit to you?
It's fine. I think it'll heal fine now that it isn't being as irritated as it is. It just needs to kind of like the inflammation needs to come down, and ibuprofen helps with that. I haven't taken any today because I haven't been in much pain. But no, I just thought it was interesting to share. And here's what I'll tell people: if you're gonna get a OneWheel, here's my pro tips. I guess don't let it get below 50%, which is kind of like fucking ridiculous because that like cuts your time on it in half, and the one I have is a small one. You already can't really go that far on it. I'm just don't buy a fucking OneWheel. Go buy something else that has handlebars, because you're relying on a piece of technology that can fail apparently and nosedive. And I don't care if it was user error. It shouldn't be user error if it gets below 50%, and it should have buzzed and gave me haptic feedback, and it fucking didn't. It just straight up failed. It just nosedived. It just shut itself off. And that's fucked up, and it shouldn't do that. And Future Motion is a shitty company. They already are and always have been. They've been shitty about the whole thing. Their product's overpriced, in my opinion, and I think it's a fucking shitty product. And anybody in the comments that's a fucking floater, which is what one-wheel riders call themselves, they're like diehard Future Motion cocksuckers. Can fucking blow me, because the product shouldn't fucking do that. There's no reason why the product should do that.
You probably shouldn't tell a group of people who call themselves floaters to blow you, because they just might. That's like some weird gay cruising term. These guys float around to truck stop to truck stop. blowing innocent men on one wheels. Think about that. You blew by on the one
No,
wheels.
but
Uh,
so that's what I have to say about the one wheel crash, and it kind of made my stay in Nashville and my time a little haphazard, but I didn't let it ruin my experience.
do you well that sucks. Glad you didn't let it ruin your experience. Do you remember that My Name is Earl episode, the cops episode, where he's naked and they tase him and he falls? Do you
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
that? He's
yeah.
like,
It's
did I
terrible.
skin my
There's
pecker? He's like, ah, he's
there's
screaming.
gravel all in his dick. It's
Yeah, well, I'm
terrible.
glad you weren't naked when you were one wheeling, because that would have been
Dude,
bad. You
I'm
should
glad I
have,
wore a helmet, dude. I
yeah, you
think
would have
I'm
fucked your face up.
no, Destiny thinks that because where I hit,
Mhm.
dude, I think I might have been unconscious in the road. In the one wheels there. The
It's
one wheel's
spinning.
just there.
Boom, boom, boom,
Yeah,
it's still
yeah.
spinning. It's spinning in fucking circles around your body. It's hitting your head as it goes around. Sick, and you're done. Back to that fall. You're fine from the fall, but the one wheel comes back around and hits you in the head and fucking kills you.
Have
and
you
smacks
seen
you.
have you seen the earlier one wheels where they had an issue with the foot pads sticking? So sometimes people couldn't stop and they'd jump off and the one wheel would be driving itself
Yeah,
and it would like hit
hit
cars
you.
and shit at full speed or
Jesus
hit
Christ,
someone.
Dude, that fuck up your car if that in it.
Yeah, they're heavy as shit, dude.
Yeah.
Could you imagine one going full blast with nobody on it, just ankling somebody, hitting somebody right in the fucking ankle at full
That's
blast?
like as dangerous as when a car goes out like on it pops off on the highway and it's just spinning, the tires just spinning. Have you seen
Yeah,
those videos? You're minding your business and a tire going 80 miles an hour hits you in the head, dude. What a way to go. Have you seen that video? That guy just
Oh yeah,
dunked
they
by
kill
that
you.
tire, dude.
That
Oh,
kills you. That guy's dead.
what is it? Well, first of all, it's like a 30-pound tire moving 80
Oh,
miles
heavier
an
than that.
hour.
It's like
Yeah,
an
way
80-pound
heavier.
tire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thing
Wheel
fuck
and
you up.
tire, you're fucked.
Are there any other sports injuries? I'm trying to think. I didn't get injured a lot because I was kind of a pussy when it came to that stuff.
Oh,
And as
like
I
any
aged,
injuries I've had due to like active.
skateboard and shit. Yeah, I mean, like as I
Well, I
aged,
broke my ankle skateboarding.
yeah, I remember that. How'd you do that? I don't know if you ever told that one.
Literally the dumbest thing, and I'm embarrassed to even tell it, but I never learned how to drop in on ramps. And so I was at the encounter with our brother Sam, and he was like, "Don't be a pussy, just drop in." So he made me drop in on the fucking half pipe. He didn't even have me do it on like a normal ramp.
Yeah.
And so I drop in on the half pipe. And what had happened is my foot went under the board. And as I hit, the truck ran over and cracked my growth plate and my ankle in half. And then when I broke my ankle, I didn't cry. I just couldn't stand on it. Like I just felt like my body, like there was something there that wasn't supporting it anymore. And I'm like, dude, Sam, I can't even stand anymore. I think I broke my fucking foot. Nah, you're a pussy. Keep skating. I'm like, dude, I can't. So I just went and sat in the lobby until Weston and Sam were done skating. And then on my way home, I had to get the crutches in the basement, and I had to go to the hospital the next day. And sure enough, I cracked my fucking growth plate in half. And that was just the dumbest way. It's like, God damn it. It's just so dumb. Oh, it wasn't anything cool. I dropped in on a half pipe wrong and broke my fucking foot.
Nah, you gotta lie about that type of stuff. You
Yeah.
gotta lie.
How about the
That's
other time I broke my ankle? Jumping over a fence when I was in 4th grade and cracking it on a piece of ice.
I remember that. I was there. I laughed at you. Huh? How'd that
Yeah, I
feel?
had to crawl back inside. I had to crawl up the steps in the snow.
Well, I wasn't gonna help you.
No one was.
Yeah, no, I watched him do it and I just walked away. Just didn't say anything. I was like, dummy. No,
Other
you
than
didn't
that,
crawl in the snow, you fucking jag off. Someone went and got mom and dad. He went to the
no,
hospital.
I crawled.
Have you been? I broke my leg when I was 3,
I remember
and
that.
then one time my
Why don't you
sister.
tell you how that happened?
Oh well, sometimes parents get drunk.
No, he
Hey, just
slept
kidding.
too hard and he fell out of his bed, right? Didn't you fall out of your bed?
No, I don't know what happened. Sometimes I like to think that a mysterious man came in the room with a hammer and hit my leg.
And then just
I was
left?
3. All I remember is coming out of my room and trying to go down the stairs and realizing I couldn't, and then my mom getting mad at me thinking I was like faking, but I couldn't go down the stairs.
No, I
was
think
like,
what it was is you had rolled out of bed at night, broke your leg, but then somehow crawled back into the bed and just continued to sleep.
Dude,
And then the next
I-
morning, your leg was just fucking broken.
I still haven't got a
That's what I
definitive
remember.
answer of what happened there, and I still wonder to this. I seriously think I'm not saying this happened, Paul, but I think a bad man came with a hammer and hit my leg and left and didn't do anything else. I don't know.
When you broke it, was it your actual like one of the leg main bones, or was it your ankle, or what? Your foot?
It was my leg bone. It was like
Oh,
I could see it. Yeah, it was a full leg break. It was a full break.
Jesus Christ! It's so
I
surprising to me that you weren't in just like an just crazy pain.
well, to be fair, there was this wooden chest that's still out in the hall there that was next to our bed.
Yeah.
So maybe I fell and smacked it on there, but ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. The second injury, I mean, my sister fractured my thumb. She kicked it backwards one time and it went all the way back.
Oh.
And then it was like green and purple for like 3 days before anyone took me to the hospital. I was like in second grade. It was my whole thumb was fucking purple and green, like the whole area. And my mom's like,
Yeah.
you gotta go to the hospital. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I haven't had any more active sport injuries though, to be honest. Other than
I think
those.
I've definitely been knocked I've been knocked out for sure. That one time I was sledding down that hill that leads to the medium hill, Paul, right next to the
Yeah.
railings that leads to the driveway. I was sledding down that one time and I never told anybody. I went underneath dad's truck and hit my head, like, because I
Oh.
on the slide. And as I came down, I hit my head. And then I remember waking up, like, I don't know how much longer, but in a daze. And I was like 10. And I was like, what the fuck happened? And then this other time is when I leaned into Glenn's cross and we were sparring one time I leaned into or his right hook or whatever, and or his overhand right, and all I saw was white for a second, and I was like standing, and it felt like Fallout when you walk outside of the vault for the first. Everything's all bright and shit, and then the trainer made me stop sparring after that because I stepped into it. I don't know if I was concussed, but I didn't have the symptoms. But that still not that bad. I've definitely cut my fingers to the point where I should have gotten stitches. But you ever cut your finger, Paul, and you don't want to tell anyone, so you just hold it for like days?
No.
I've had that happen.
But no, I mean my hands are all torn up too from falling. They're healing a bit, but I'm just happy I didn't break anything, dude. Cause like I
Yeah,
braced, but like not enough to like I still hit my head, but like not enough to like break my wrists, thankfully, or something.
that's
Um,
like that's like my real fear lately.
it was
Because
all
ev-
asphalt.
every winter I take a pretty bad fall, at least 2 or 3 falls where I just fucking fall. In winter, dude, I'll fall down the staircase like at least twice, like hard down the stairs, and I'm just worried I'm gonna break a fucking bone this time. That's why I won't like skateboard and anything anymore. Like I'm worried I'm gonna snap
Well,
something, dude.
what I'm kind of like noticing, man, is like if I did break something like with this one wheel or something happened to me, like that's coming out of my fucking pocket.
I know.
Like I
Imagine. I think about that. How fucked you are if I break a bone where a job that I work has to be on my feet. I'm fucked. You know.
Yeah, man.
No.
It's yeah, injuries suck no matter what kind they are. And especially when they're yeah. It, that's actually kind of too part of the reason why I quit going to the boxing gym is like I was just getting fucking like unnecessary CTE that I wasn't going to compete. So I was just like, you know what? Fuck this. I sparred enough to learn a little bit and I probably will do it again, but at this point, now that I've thought about it a lot, man, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I haven't hit the bag in a while. I'm going to try to get a session in this weekend once I catch up on stuff since it's been a minute, but you just do
I've
what you
been
can do, you know? Times people change, priorities change, life gets in the way, you know?
still want to die. I've been off my rocker with the working out because for the last month, it felt like 2 weeks ago I was really sick for 5 days, and then this week I've been sick for like 5 days, like sore throat, can't breathe out of my nose. I'm feeling better now. Thankfully, I'm glad we did the podcast later because if we did it on yesterday, I would have been fucked up. I was like really bad yesterday.
Yeah.
So I haven't been able to work out consistently because I've been taking like 5 days off because I've done this before. I work out too early from after a sickness, and I needed to wait another day, and then I get sick again. And if I get sick like this again, it's some infection or something, or
Yeah.
AIDS, or it's probably it's AIDS, Paul.
For me, like with this shoulder injury, I can't do anything shoulder wise. Like I'm not gonna just work out my one shoulder, you know. So it's like I
Mhm,
can't do shoulder presses. I can't do my dumbbell pullover that I do. So I just
mhm.
skipped that today, and it's like I'll just keep skipping it until my fucking shoulder isn't fucked up, and it sucks. You have to adjust. I mean, I'm proud of myself. When I was in Nashville, I didn't have to, but I got 2 workouts in. I did skip one lower body day just because I didn't have time that one day down there, but I still got a
How's
couple workouts in the gym.
how's the hotel gym
So
rated?
that hotel gym was actually pretty good. It also had a cable machine. And that's where I was able, because, you know, I injured my shoulder. I couldn't do my shoulder presses or my Arnold presses with dumbbells, I just did cable pull downs because that didn't hurt because I wasn't pulling, like lifting weight above me. I was pulling down. So it
Yeah.
affects the same muscle group.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just did
That's
that.
0 out of 10. Would you recommend that hotel gym? Should I go check that hotel gym
Uh,
out?
this Holiday Inn and Suites hotel gym was pretty good. It had 2 workout benches, a whole rack of dumbbells, 2 treadmills, a step climber, a Peloton, a few other bike things, I think. And then it had the cable machine, both sides. You could do like a rope. It had all the attachments too. So because of that, equipment wise, I'm going to give it a 7. And the reason why it's getting a 7 is because it's missing a few other equipment things I like to see. I mean, it had weighted balls, it had mats, actually, and exercise balls. The way I see it, the equipment was actually pretty good. So maybe an 8. But the reason why I'm giving it an 8 is because it was dead quiet in there. There was no sound at all, no music or anything. And that's what sucked about it is because when I was in there, I was playing music on my phone because that's the only one in there. And some old guy walks in the morning when I was working out. So I turned my music off. He starts working out on the cable machine and he's like grunting and he just goes, he's like, dude, it's too fucking quiet in here. Turn your music back on. And so I started playing music and it was shuffling and then it shuffled the fucking Nickelback and Creed. And he's like, hell yeah, man. It's some dude that's like 40. He was like into it. But that's what I didn't like about it. It's like usually they at least have air running or, something loud. And I don't like how you can just hear everybody and everything. I didn't like that.
No, well, the only hotel gyms I've been
to. It had a lot of nice mirrors too. That was nice.
Yeah, the last one I went to was really nice, but they had the TV so loud you could hear it down the hall with the door closed. Like just I went in there and muted it. But Paul, I really like this idea that you brought up of us going and reviewing gym hotels. But first, here's what we need to do. Here's my game plan.
Yeah.
We got to, or hotel gyms, my bad.
Good.
We got to get we gotta get pretty fit for like 6 months. Just get like looking good, get looking lean, like pretty good. Get our peak performance bodies, and then we'll start doing reviews. We'll go in the gym and we'll act. We'll just grunt and we'll just throw weights around in there. We'll play death metal. Get kicked out of the hotels, and we'll review hotel gyms. Let people know. It'd be a good. I don't know. I think it'd be fun.
I think I mentioned this when we talked about it last week or the cast before that about the hotel gyms, but it's nice having all those weights, dude, because I know I can for sure now curl my entire set with the next weight size up, like an extra 10 pounds.
Savage.
But what sucks is I don't own that. And so now I worked out today and I'm like, this is too easy and I have to do more reps, but it just doesn't feel like you're getting as much out of it. So I might even, as much as I don't want to because they're expensive, I'm not going to go buy 2, but I might just go buy 1 40-pound dumbbell. For now, just so I can get that extra, because like, I don't know, man, I'm going up in weight and it's like I'm plateauing, I want to be stronger, so I want to lift heavier.
Get the On It gorilla weight, or you can get the one with Joe Rogan's
kettlebell
face on it now. Yeah,
I didn't
kettlebell.
win. I didn't know that was only a limited stock.
The Joe Rogan one.
Yeah.
No, yeah. It sucks.
Hey, did you see Whitest Kids published the entire show on DVD? On DVD, not on Blu-ray, and it's censored. And they ran out, but they did a second run, and I got one. It's coming. I'll get it by Christmas.
No shit.
Yeah.
Assumed it must be
Weston got it as well.
There's a real shit. I was gonna shouldn't be spending money on shit like that, but it's
I have it. You can just borrow it from me.
Did you listen to the Sam Q&A?
I didn't.
Or read it? He said it's uncensored, but he said he left out like 3 sketches. He said all the obvious ones are still in there, like the ones that they were censored originally on like YouTube. Still kind of sucks, and he's like kind of dissing the fans, being like, "Don't be such a baby. We had to do it." And he's like, "Trevor wanted us to censor these anyway." I don't know. I still think it's ridiculous. It was still like people still know they exist. We could watch them anyway, but yeah, I don't know. DVD is kind of ridiculous. I mean, I know it wasn't filmed.
Yeah.
Good quality,
well, did you see the really cool thing Shout Studios also has that they're selling pre-order right now?
What?
Every single Wallace and Gromit 4K Blu-ray, and it comes in a little tiny traveler's briefcase. And I just couldn't justify $120 because all of Wallace and Gromit is like 223 minutes with all the stuff they've released because it takes so long to make. That's why there never really was much of it. And fuck, I couldn't justify it because I already spent $50 on the Whitest Kids box set. And I was like, fuck, that's so cool though. But I didn't buy it.
It's the only gift I'll accept is Wallace and Gromit merch. anything else will throw it in the fire.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. I saw that. I just can't justify that. I'll go see the new Vengeance Most Foul when it comes out.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely see that. Yeah.
Despite the amount of content there is for Wallace and Gromit, it still like spans generations, and it's even bigger in UK. It doesn't even touch half of what it is over in England. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like nobody fucking cares about it in the United States. Most
Yeah.
people, but brilliant.
Uh,
I love that shit.
yeah. Um, anything you want to talk about? Do you want me to talk about JNUC?
Well,
Do you want me to?
hold on. Actually, yeah. Talk about that. Talk about that. Yeah, let me hear about that. Let me hear
Okay.
about your Nashville trip.
So yeah, I went to Nashville, Tennessee, Monday through Thursday this past week. I attended a conference for work, which was nice. Work paid for a lot of it. Um, JNUC, Jamf Nation User Conference. They do it every year. It's the 10-year anniversary. It's my first time going to it, and they host it in a different city every time.
Hmm.
It basically what if you haven't heard of Jamf before, they're a software company based out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. They are, in my opinion, and I think they are the number one way as far as software as an IT admin to manage Apple devices. So for in layman's terms, what Jamf Pro allows me to do is say, deploy an app to somebody's MacBook or iPhone or iPad, or restrict them from changing certain settings on their MacBook, and basically having it be owned by the organization, right?
Hmm.
Pretty simple. It's like, we manage our Windows systems with Microsoft Intune, like what Microsoft made to manage Windows stuff and whatever. There are tons of, they called MDMs, mobile device management. Jamf is an MDM software. And Jamf
Okay.
offers other software than just Jamf Pro, which is what you use to manage. They have Jamf Protect, which is like an antivirus for Macs and anti-malware and all that stuff. And so what Jamf does is they hold this Jamf Nation User Conference, which is the biggest Mac admin conference in the world. And they do it once a year, and they get all these people to come. And at this event, you get to learn all about the new stuff coming to Jamf as far as features, what's changing. And there was tons of great presentations by people in the Jamf community you could go to throughout the week. And they would talk to you about how they fixed X, Y, and Z, how they deploy apps, how they do a certain thing. And I got tons of great knowledge from all those sessions. I got to meet a lot of legends in the Jamf community, like guys where I've actually seen their posts and learned something from it, or they helped me fix something, which was really cool. And yeah, and so other than presentations and all the delicious food, they had a party one of the evenings there where it was crazy, dude. I'm not going to go in depth. Really, the main highlight of the trip for me was, well, it's a lot of the swag, right? Because there's tons of in between sessions. You can go to an expo area at the Music City Center in Nashville where they held it, and they booths for all these companies. Google Chrome Enterprise was there. A bunch of asset companies were there. Mac Admins Foundation was there, and you can go to these booths and you can get free shit. I got like 4 free T-shirts, a free backpack, a freaking water bottle, like a ton of stuff that I brought back, which was it's kind of cool. It's like, to me, I like collecting the swag and stuff. But really, the main highlight for me, dude, was just meeting other Apple admins, dude. There are people that got it way worse than me, man. I met guys that work at federal banks, so they're really restricted, and they're managing like 10,000 Apple devices. I'm like, how the fuck do you do that? But I met these three guys, Michael, Richard, and Griffin, and they all work for Fairfax County, which is the like right outside Washington, D.C., Manassas, Virginia. And they handled, dude, like 12,000 iPads, like across a bunch of schools. Just sounds like a fucking nightmare to manage. And they're very new to Jamf. So I was kind of giving them some tips in my 3 years managing it. And the county sent them to JNUC to learn more about Jamf so they can kind of take on the role and manage the Apple systems they have in the county better. That was my favorite part about it, man, was just meeting people and all their different use cases and how they use Jamf, because it opened up ideas to like how I could manage my workspace, but also like things I don't have to do because I don't have restrictions like certain areas, right? But aside from that, the conference was great. It was awesome. I really hope I get to go again, and that work will cover it in the future. They actually already announced next year it's going to be in Denver, Colorado. They always announce where the next one's going to be right after the one they had, so they start planning for it already. Dude, there was probably like 5,000 or more people there. It was fucking insane. 3 days straight, great conference. That aside, though, Nashville. I tried to do as much as I could in the evenings, right? Because there was even conference stuff, like a party in the evening and whatever. I tried to do as much as I could around the downtown city without really going anywhere. It was cool. Like Broadway, I'll tell anybody. They go to Nashville, definitely walk down Broadway. Everything's got cool LED signs. They're all rooftop bars. They all serve whiskey. And get this, Ruby. Every single fucking bar has live music. You can actually like walk by and you can see they have the stage on the side of the road on each place. You can see all these live bands playing. Even the fucking Taco Bell had live music in it that was playing country music.
That's pretty cool.
Like a live band. I was like, what the fuck?
Do they have the cages where you can throw the beer at the band if they're bad? You don't crack the skull open?
You can see right into each band. Like they just have roped off.
So you could throw a beer at their head.
Yeah, you could right from outside on the sidewalk if you wanted to. But they have bouncers like outside every single spot. Kid Rock's Rock and Roll Steakhouse is there too. Like a bunch of it's just cool. Like Broadway is cool. So if whiskey, walking around and drinking and going to bars and shit's your thing and in decent barbecue, you'd like downtown Nashville. As far as that though, sightseeing wise, the city to me was like really nothing super impressive. I went to the Country Music Walk of Fame they had and saw like the Alan Jackson star and Roy Orbison and all these other famous country music stars. The Country Music Hall of Fame was there and the Johnny Cash Museum was there. Now, those are probably awesome, but I didn't have time to go to them. And the tickets were, I think, a little expensive or not really what I wanted to spend when I was there. But yeah, I had a really good time aside from being injured and having my backpack chafe on me the whole time. It was really fun. The flight was short and quick. And yeah.
How do you
Any questions?
Well, shut up. I'm just kidding. Let me ask you some questions. All right, I got some questions. Do you find it hard to get out of your hotel room during these work trips, especially if you're soloing?
No. So you remember how I told you about my travel anxiety?
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad this time around. It got really bad when I was in the car ride. Our mom and dad drove me down there to my flight. But when I got on the plane and everything and I got there, I was fine. The last day though, I was so sleep deprived because sleeping in a hotel and my shoulder hurt and walking a ton all day, which was good, but also just sleep deprived from all the events and just like my brain being overloaded with knowledge. Like I took so many notes from all these sessions on like how to improve my environment or things for the future. But no, I didn't have a hard time getting out of my hotel room. And the reason why is because I met Richard and Griffin and Michael that first night. And that's the thing is I was there by myself and that's what sucked because a lot of people got to go with other people they worked with. I was there by myself. That sucked. And Griffin and Richard and Michael thankfully just kind of let me tag along. They're in like their mid-30s and with them when I could. And so that made it a little easier. It's like I had people there to go hang with. So it's like I Ubered, every Uber I took, I went with them. And like, it was just, it was good. But no, I didn't really have that problem.
No, I'm jealous. It sounds fun.
It wasn't bad. It was the perfect mix of a trip where like, it wasn't too long. It was work. So that's the thing, man, is like I got to learn something. And that was the biggest thing for me was just meeting people with all these other perspectives and how they utilize Jamf to manage their Apple products and how I could improve my environment, where I work. But it's also just cool meeting other nerds who do the same shit day to day as you, right? Because I don't really get to do that, Okay.
Yeah, no, I know. I hear what you're saying. I'm just being an asshole.
Just, people that relate to you, like that use the same shit as you and stuff. It's just like, it's cool.
None of us can, Paul, so I'm glad you can find someone.
Well, yeah, like they like it was just I met Griffin and Richard at the hotel bar because this is how I met them. The hotel I stayed at has a bar attached to it. And you can just walk right into the bar from the hotel. Every day you get a free drink from the bar if you show them your hotel key card. So I went in there in the evening because I didn't know what to do. That first night I got in, the conference didn't start to the second day. So I went over to the conference, registered, got my badge and stuff, came back, and I'm like, well, there's not really much to do. I'm going to walk around, and then I'm just going to get my beer at the hotel and then go up and sleep. I'm in there, and I tell them about my free drink, and she gives it to me, and Richard and Griffin are sitting right next to me at the bar, and they go, wait, are you staying at the hotel? And I'm like, yeah. Like, you get a free drink if you show your hotel key card? It's like, they didn't tell us that. I'm like, you guys here for JNUC? And they're like, yeah, we're here for JNUC. I'm like, oh, shit. And then we just started talking. We sat there for like 3 hours until like fucking midnight. And then, and then how we kicked it off. Pretty cool, though.
It's cool. That's always fun. I got some big trips planned, lined up. I'm sick of travel anxiety.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of travel anxiety for those ones. Even just going
Well,
down the Black Dahlia this weekend.
well, as you know, it's all mental, and you know this more than me. You just get over that hump and you get there and you start getting there, and then once you're there, you kind of settle in. For me, the reason why on my last day or second to last day I was like kind of homesick is just because I've just been so tired and overloaded. Like I wanted my bed, I wanted familiar food, I wanted my
Mhm.
animals, I wanted my girlfriend to be present. I was just kind of I was getting lonely.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm traveling with my girlfriend, so I won't get that. I'm gonna spend. I'll be gone for Thanksgiving. I'm going to. Well, first of all, uh, go to Black Dahlia this weekend. The next week I'm going to Suicide Boys. I'm leaving Thursday, and I'm not coming back till like Sunday because
Yeah.
I'm going to Dee's dad's wedding, which is a lot of anxiety. I'm meeting her half of the family.
Oh,
Uh,
is her
dad's
dad getting
half.
remarried or?
Yeah, getting remarried, yeah, and I won't get into any more than that, but I'm gonna meet her dad's side of the family, and then, for Thanksgiving, I'm going to California with her mom. Her mom lives there, so we're staying with her mom, in California, and I never met her either, and it's apparently, like, it's gonna be very close quarters, so that's gonna be interesting. I'm a little nervous about that, but I'm gonna be there for, like, a
Damn, dude,
week.
how expensive is your flight? And you don't have to pay for a hotel, but
Um Flights aren't that bad, honestly. Like, I'm alright flying Frontier. I know I know what everyone says. You get a Frontier ticket, you might as well purchase a fucking loaded gun while you're there too, just in case the plane goes down, blow your head off.
oh, really? Oh no,
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know. Those cheap airlines are fine. Just know
they're
you ain't
fine.
gonna be fucking comfortable. You are not
Yeah,
gonna be comfortable that period.
I know. Round trip is like 250,
Oh, that's not
something like
bad.
that.
Holy shit. Yeah, dude, that's the
Mm,
thing is when I was booking I only try and fly Delta because we're a Delta hub out
mhm.
of MSP. And I also
Yeah.
like to rack up my Sky Miles. And I have like a bunch of Sky Miles. Like I can bring Destiny and I anywhere in the United States round trip basically for free. But Delta keeps telling me, oh, here's the cheapest trips, and it's always Denver. For like a round trip to Denver, it's like
It's so cheap.
$200.
It's
Not
really,
even.
really
It's
cheap. Yeah.
ridiculous.
I guess actually prices might be jacked because of the holiday season. But anyway,
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I
no,
didn't mean to
that's
cut
and
you
then
off.
or then we're and then we're I think we're either driving up to Arizona or something, but we're going to Arizona on the last couple days of the trip for these cousins' wedding, which I can't go to because we didn't. I didn't know I was gonna go on this trip because we didn't like get super comfortable with each other when she RSVP'd months ago. So they don't want to bring a plus one, and I'm like, cool, don't crash it. I could find something to do in Arizona.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
Are
Um,
you gonna be in the Phoenix area? Do you know where you're gonna be?
I don't know, dude. I'm very vague on this trip. She was just it was originally like a whole thing.
Find out where you're going, dude. Because if you're in Phoenix, I'll get Ivan to come annoy you. Ivan will chill with you, dude.
I
He
don't want.
will.
Yeah, I know you
You
are.
want to
You're
hang out
funny.
with Ivan? He'll bring you around. He's got a car.
Yeah.
He'll drive you around. If you're in Phoenix,
Mm.
dude, he's right outside Phoenix and Gold Canyon. He'll rip down his fucking Volkswagen Golf and he'll be
Yeah,
vaping
we
and
gotta get it.
he'll be carrying his CZ with a couple mags, and you guys can just go
Uh,
hit the bars.
yeah, no, I don't know I don't know. I'm kind of like I'm still gonna go on the trip, but I'll hit up Ivan if we're near
No,
that.
I'm just
Maybe
saying,
get him
like,
on the
let
cast.
me know if you end up going to Phoenix, and I will get you in contact with him if you want. And then, like, you have something to do. Like, he'll bring
Yeah.
you to some cool spots. He brought Destiny and I to some cool areas.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about it. D is all like kind of worried. She's like, I don't want you to feel like you're being bored. I'm like,
Oh
I'll
no,
find something to do in
I'm just gonna
Arizona.
say this: if you are
I'll
in
find something
Phoenix,
to
you
do.
won't be bored if you want Ivan to hang out with you.
Yeah, she says her uncle will let me shoot his guns. But anyway, yeah, I'm
Yeah, you can
really
go shooting with Ivan
I'm
too. His dad's got two 50 cal magnums. His dad dual
it'll be
wields them.
fun.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm just super anxiety ridden about that.
You'll be fine. Just get
Just
over the
because
hump.
meeting her parents for the first time. See,
Oh, that, yeah.
that's never something I had to experience. I've had girlfriends and shit, but none of them lasted long enough for me to meet their parents, or their parents just lived way far. Because both her parents don't even live. Dad lives 3 hours away, her mom's fucking California. Um, how was your experience meeting your significant other's parents, Paul? I know like Destiny's was okay, but anything before, any negative things happen in
Oh
that?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What you got? What you got for us?
My my girl my most serious relationship other than Destiny was like 2 to 3 years, and it was a girl named Maddie I dated in high school. And as you know, us fives, we kind of have anger issues, but when we grow out, we tend to simmer out, and I've definitely matured that way. And I never had anger issues towards Maddie or anything. But out of like, I met her. This wasn't like have to do with meeting her parents. Her dad was like a really good cook, and I had dinner there a few times. But for some reason, like Maddie's mom would always ask her if like I was hitting her or like abusing her.
Mhm.
And she asked me one time, "Are you abusing my daughter?" And I'm like, "No, not at all. Like, what
the
what the
hell?
fuck?" Yeah, but she was also like a crazy far left, like nut job.
Probably
Like
just crazy as hell.
she seemed a little off, is I guess what I'm trying to say.
No, your daughter fell. She's a klutz. She's constantly walking in the doors. I don't get it.
Other than that though, like no, not really.
Mm.
Because I think really is Maddie's parents are probably the only parents from as a significant other I met other than Destiny's. That's it. Because I never had another really relationship last longer than that or anything or get that serious. So
Same. So I'm gonna pop my beaten parent cherry, as you
it's
were.
easy.
Liquid.
You just kind of you'll feel them out. Like at first, see, Destiny's
Yeah.
mom was so easy to get along with because she's so like down to earth and just doesn't like give a shit. She's chill.
Mhm.
And then her stepdad, he's just he's a goofy guy, he likes video games and stuff, and he's chill. Like he's never had a problem. Now, if I had to meet Destiny's actual dad, if they were on good speaking terms and he didn't like abandon her, that might be a problem. He's a big dude and he kind of just seems like an asshole. Well, of course he is. He fucking abandoned her and her mom, but
I'm not gonna get into the details, but I am way more worried about meeting her dad than I am her mom, for sure. Like by far and large. But it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. I'm a natural charm. I'm a charm, but it's
just
interesting though because I've never had this happen. They're meeting their gay daughter's partner, so
yeah.
it's kind of like I don't know how that's gonna.
Just do what you would normally do. Eye contact, shake their hand, and address them as Mr. whatever their last name is, or Mrs. whatever their last name is. And then you let them correct you and say, "Oh no, you can just call me Bill," or whatever the fuck his name is.
Oh my god, I
Or
didn't even think about calling him Mr. or Mrs. Oh my god.
I'm telling you, man, shake
Have
hand,
to.
eye contact. Hi, it's it's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Blah blah blah. And yeah, just I don't know, go just see where it goes from there. And then usually they'll correct you if they're nice and be like, "Oh, you don't have to call me Mr. Blah blah blah. You can just call me whatever." If they don't, then just continue to call them Mr. because there's nothing wrong with that either, Mr. whatever. If they prefer to be referred to by that.
I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I can't wait to meet them, D. Hopefully she doesn't watch.
Don't
this.
be
Jesus
nervous.
Christ.
I'm sure she's gonna listen to this and be like, "Yeah, listen to Paul. Don't be a fucking moron. You'll be fine."
It'll be fine. Then it brings up the case.
Hey, and honestly,
when she told me to meet mine, I was like, dude, like when she's like, wait, can I meet your parents? Like literally, I felt like a ghost hand wrap around my neck and just start squeezing as hard as it could. It's
Why?
like until my head was
We already know that dad won't be a problem.
I'm not gonna go any farther than that on the podcast, but you know why. You know why. You know why.
I
Like a
know
ghost
why
hand.
because of mom,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't really even be worried about that because you think she has the fucking balls to say anything on the fly? No,
No,
she
I
doesn't.
know.
She
They
just
already
likes to
did
talk.
meet. They
She just
already
likes to
met.
no. Oh, they did?
Yeah, for like 2 minutes. She was on the deck while I was like grabbing something from inside as parents came home and I was driving her back home and they talked for like a little bit.
How'd that go?
Fine. It's a good conversation. I was there. I came down immediately. Um
You came down to stop it.
Smiling.
He
Yeah.
came down to
Oh
stop
my
it.
god. I was like, oh shit. I heard, dude. I was in my room, the same room. I heard the garage door, and I'm like, no. No, 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 no. I was
You're
like, I
running
was like
down the
the Punisher.
stairs.
I was like the Punisher about to watch my family get executed in front of me. No, 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 oh, no. I'm like, I look out the window. No, no, I can't scream. I can't scream where I want. No, it's like I'm Interstellar. I'm banging on the window. They can't hear me. They get away from her. I'm crying. No, don't go.
Yeah.
Yeah, That's what happened. Ask her. It should be interesting. I'm excited. A lot
So
of big
mom
news.
and D met.
Mom, D, and Dad.
Oh,
Triple threat. I don't want worlds to collide too
when
quickly.
worlds collide.
You can run, but you cannot hide.
That caveman was the voice actor for Patrick.
Yeah, I know, dude. It's weird because as a kid, you watch those scenes, and I remember those scenes from very, very little, and you thought you were like hallucinating. Like you
Yeah,
thought
I
maybe
know.
it's happening, or
Maybe it's fake.
like even as a kid, you're like, is anyone even gonna believe me? Or do you, Paul? Have you seen these Nickelodeon snippets that are coming out? Like they'll air a live episode of SpongeBob, but then Jimmy Neutron will come in and press like a button, and it turns everything to puppets. And it's apparently like Nickelodeon bloopers that only aired like 4 times. And everyone's in the comments are like, "Oh my god, I remember when they turned to puppets. Nobody talks about it. This is lost media.
Oh
I just
yeah,
saw this
yeah.
on Instagram."
I forgot
And
about that.
I feel like they did that a lot. Like they just MK Ultra you and like, did that really happen? Because I remember
Like
seeing some of the
freaking
puppet ones.
yeah, like psychedelic, like things that shouldn't be. Like something's off. What's that? The uncanny valley effect,
Yeah,
almost.
this isn't right.
Like
No, that's
something seems
creepy.
wrong about. That's how it is with AI. It's like I am pretty good at detecting whether a photo has been AI generated or edited in some way. Because there's just something still like
Full
uncanny
list.
valley about it. It's the same thing with like the fake Joe Rogan interviews and stuff. Like you can just it speaks like Joe Rogan and sounds like Joe Rogan, but it isn't quite
Because
like Joe
there's soul
Rogan.
list. There's
Yeah,
something there that just doesn't click.
it's like
That's
the
why I
how
don't
to
deploy to
emotionally
AI.
react or deliver things. Like it doesn't know how to like do that yet.
Yeah, good. Don't let it do that. It shouldn't. Yet that yet is a scary fucking thing you just said there, Paul. Once it knows it, we're fucked. First thing it's
Yeah.
gonna do is shut off the humans. Put our brains in jars.
Dude, I really wanted to buy a cowboy hat while I was in Nashville, but they're so expensive. They're like $500, and they
Dude, you
like
would have been.
fit it to your head. Rootinest tootinest. I just wanted it for wearing it around in the yard when I do yard work to keep the sun out of my eyes. That's literally it.
I think someone should hog tie you and throw you off a
I
bridge
wear a
if you
bucket hat right
anywhere.
now when I'm around the yard, and it's kind of nice.
I think someone should hog tie you and throw you into a river
Why?
for
Why
doing
do you want
that.
to kill me?
Throw you into a shallow river. We have to keep rolling back and forth to stay out of the water. I don't
What do
want
you
to kill you.
What do you think about the cold front? It's been cold. I come back and it's so freaking cold here. Like the 1 week I'm gone, it's like a transition
I'm
finally.
I'm just now getting used to it the last couple days because I've been going out in like fucking boy shorts and shit, and like I'm gonna freeze to death now. And I'm getting
Yeah.
up in the morning. I'm shivering now it's that season where you shiver when you start your car in the morning. Because I don't warm up my car or nothing. I hate it, dude. And there's thankfully no frost in the windows, but when there's frost on my windows, might just take the windows off at this point, so I don't have
Well,
to worry about
I think you're
frost
gonna
anymore.
enjoy California then for Thanksgiving.
I cannot wait. That is my excitement, and don't tell anyone either.
I won't.
I'm gonna plan on everyone thinking I'm coming to Thanksgiving. They're gonna call me and be like, "Oh, I'm
Why?
in California." I'm just kidding. No, I'll spend it with my other family. Sorry,
Is D coming to Christmas?
spending it with my other family.
Are you?
We're not doing Christmas this year. Christmas has been canceled, Paul. I could cancel about fucking September. Don't that face me. No, I'm serious. They're not doing Christmas. No pumpkin carving. Actually, me and D are gonna carve pumpkins. You want to carve pumpkins with us?
Yeah, I'll carve pumpkins.
Will you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do
Mom
it.
hated the pumpkin I carved last time. Remember
When
that
when
one?
was that? What did you carve? A swastika? What did you do?
No,
I don't
I
remember.
gutted it and I did the tiniest little 2 eyes and a mouth. The like
Oh,
like a hellbender. What was that? Was it
yeah,
called
I know, the
hellbenders? Like a
Hellbender's
yeah.
small face.
Yeah, I did that.
That's ridiculous. What did that take you all of fucking 20 seconds
Yeah,
just
and
to
she
go
got mad. It took me longer to gut it and scrape it out and put the candle in it than it did to carve the fucking
right.
holes. I just drilled 2 holes and then carved the mouth out.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with mine. I think I might do a Joker pumpkin. Get a white pumpkin. Do a Joker pumpkin.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Maybe
I
get one
like
of
I like those little they're not pumpkins, but those little like lantern boxes people put with like the pumpkin faces on them. I think those are cool.
kinda want to try maybe doing some lettering. Some letters.
Yeah.
The other pumpkin I did, I used toothpicks to hold in other parts of the pumpkin so the teeth would look cool and shit. But carving a pumpkin's a pain in the ass.
It
Maybe we'll
is.
do. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. I was just gonna say, you know what's a really cool art idea I thought about is making a ceramic pumpkin. that you can reuse every year, and put a candle in it and have a removable top. That'd be kind of cool.
It probably exists. Wouldn't be that hard to make.
Yeah, I just make it
Then I can go pumpkin smashing. I'll smash all the pumpkins.
until you realize
Uh,
one's ceramic and it shatters your foot. Oh,
Hit it with a bat.
yeah,
Oh, why you hit your pumpkin with your foot? Can't do
yeah. You
that.
go to kick a pumpkin and you shatter your fucking foot because it's ceramic. Not, I mean, you'd shatter the thing, but you might also fucking break your foot.
Can't
Oh,
wait.
yeah. Okay.
Can't wait to
Well,
shatter my
we're
foot.
over an hour. Do we want to call it a show? I know you're sick,
Yeah,
so
let's call it a show. I feel like shit. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. You didn't see me, Paul. I was doing hands there.
I saw it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there you go. I'll let Paul take it from here, but I
Don't
appreciate you
front. My
watching
deep
thus.
breath called a co-front. What?
I appreciate you watching thus far. I'll let Paul take it from here, and thank you so much. This is Ruby signing off.
Everything Ruby said. Thank you guys so much for watching Gutterball 120. I know we've been dropping the ball on guests, and honestly, we might not even have a guest for Halloween because no one's really responding, so I got to really figure that out. We do have some good plans for the Halloween episode, but if we can't get guests, it isn't going to be as great. Thank you so much if you are still at least opening this to give us a view. Drop a like if you can. And I wish I had more updates for you as far as the channel and content, but I really don't. Life's been going fast and crazy for us here. But I do hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. That was Gutterball 120. Have a good weekend. Whoa-ho-ho! Whoa-ho-ho!